He ready? He ready? Our battle is a spiritual battle. You either on the side of good or you on the side of evil. This is the warfare. What is going on, folks? How y'all? Y'all good? No man is good. No man is good. I'm sorry. I'm looking at two different cameras right now, so I'm looking at this one. I'm looking at that one. So I'm gonna try to go back and forth because I'm still trying to figure some things out. But I do want to start by saying we are a spirit. It is a spiritual battle. It's either right or it's wrong. It's either good or it's evil. There's no such thing, nor has there ever been, as racism. No such thing as a white supremacy. No such thing as a white privilege. No such thing as a systematic racism. No such thing as Muslim isms. No such thing as a homophobic. None of these things exist. They're all made up words used to deceive and to control the people. And so I first want to start off saying that, folks, we have to overcome words. We have to overcome these fake words that they are creating in order to divide and conquer and to make you into an emotional people. Because if you overcome words, then the things that people use against you, it wouldn't control you. It wouldn't get you angry. It wouldn't have you taking an offense to it. You could just see the battle of it being right. Is it right in what that person said or what that person did? Or is it wrong? You know, these words are only created to get all these isms, you know what I mean? Like racism and white supremacism and anti-Semitism and Muslimism and homophobic-ism. All these dumb words that only used to make you emotional. Is it right or is it wrong? And that's what especially children of God. But we have to stop using the same words that the world uses, because the world is full of emotions. The world is full of evil. It's full of anger. It's full of hatred. And that's all these words are made to do. So you got to overcome these words, because these people are only rewriting history. Something that I've noticed, when they use these words, they want to rewrite history, you know, and talking about slavery and talking about racism and talking about Jim Crow and all this dumb stuff, which a logical person would just know that that stuff in the past, it has nothing to do with the present. We need to be in the presence of God. We need to be living in the now. Especially right now, because the country is going to hell in a handbasket. I've never seen the stuff that I am seeing today in my country, but it's real. It's happening. And it looks bad, you know, because it looks like evil is winning, but it's a setup. They don't realize that good is always going to win, you know, and it's going to get worse. Don't get me wrong. It's going to get worse before it can get better. But evil, it looks like it's winning right now. But fret not, don't fear, don't have worry, be right and do right. And you will come out of this. You will understand and see the right way to go about these things, because these people, they only want to get you angry. They only want to get you into a state of hatred, because they know, like I said, they know that these words control you. That's all they're trying to do. And like, for an example, like when I say that these people are rewriting history, these people for the longest time, this dumb Black Wall Street thing, right? They want to bring that. They always want to bring. I'm telling you, they always want to bring up the past. That is how Satan gets his job done. He makes you think about the past, or he puts you in the future, which none of them, they literally don't exist. They literally don't exist, but because you'll believe it, you'll get emotional about it, and you'll start judging other people, and you'll start judging yourself because you're caught up in your imagination, thinking about the past or thinking about a false future. It literally don't exist, but it's amazing to see it, because I understand it. But this is why, most black people this is why they are the way they are today, because they've been brainwashed. They've been taught hatred. They've been made to believe into the things that the world tells them. And it's not even true. And that's why I'll say you have to be born again, because you have to know that this stuff is not even true. It has nothing to do with right now. It literally has nothing to do with right now, but people believe it. I'm like, can you get it dumber than that? People identify with this crap. This Black Wall Street, slavery, and Jim Crow. I'm 23 years old. Has nothing to do with me. I love my country. I don't care what happened in the past. I love my country. I would not want to be in Africa. I know that much. I would not have wanted to be raised, born, anything. I want nothing to do with Africa. I wish Africa well, but I'm not African American. I have nothing to do with it. But anyways, what I was saying, this fake Tulsa Massacre thing, they're calling it a massacre. 2 or 3 years ago, all it was called was a riot. But this is how they control you. They call it a massacre. And they're lying. They're lying about the details, because black people, they hate you. White folks, they hate you too. But it's just mind blowing to see black people identifying with this, because they're saying that white people went in this town for no reason because black people were successful. They're saying that white people went in here for no reason and killed black folks. And just burned, looted, and did all this type of stuff. That's not true. That's not true. And if you are logical, if you could just think and get to know for yourself, you will realize, hold on, that don't even make sense. But because there's tons of news sources out here who are reporting on this story, calling it a massacre, and just lying to the blacks. And black people kill white people in that same riot. Does that not matter? It was just evil. It was just two angry groups of people who were of their father, the devil, and they were fighting against each other. That's what happened when you have anger. This is what happens when you have hatred. It has nothing to do with racism. It has nothing to do with being a massacre. But they want black people to be brainwashed, especially the race hustlers, because all this does is profit, money, and fake power. They think they have power, but it's really fake. But all this does is put money in these news stations' pockets. And it puts in the race hustlers, Al Sharpton, Benjamin Crumb, Maxine Waters, Martin Luther King, all these people do is profit money from it. It has nothing to do with love. It has nothing to do with good. And another thing about it is black people act like this happened to all black people. This was in, I think, Tulsa. Obviously, this was in Tulsa, Oklahoma. My folks is from Mississippi, Louisiana, and Alabama. I have nothing to do with Tulsa, Oklahoma, but black people act like this happened to them because they've been brainwashed. Because if you didn't have anger, if you didn't have hatred in your heart, this would not get you emotional. You would care nothing about this. It's a sad story, right? It's a tragedy. But I don't understand how people identify with it and get so emotional about it. I mean, I understand it, but it's just crazy to me. Folks, you got to overcome words. You got to overcome anger, because this stuff is dumb. It is dumb. And you know what? All this is doing, all this fake history, like, it makes me even think about slavery. How true was slavery? How true is this crap? Because these people are lying. These people are lying. You could literally go on the internet right now and they talk about slavery like it was a race thing. If it was a race thing, most white people had nothing to do with slavery. It was literally the top 2 or 3% of the rich people who had slaves. They act like the average white person was walking around talking about your white ancestors owned slaves. You don't even know that. If black people going around talking about that their ancestors were slaves, you don't even know that. You have no idea. But they've been lied to. They've been brainwashed to not think for themselves, and they think as a group. That's not normal, folks. It's not normal for you to think in a group. It's not normal for you to identify with the past, especially something that's as dumb as that. And black people, one thing about black people is they never, and not all black people, but most black people, they never identify with good. They never identify with something that was righteous, something that was good. If it's something about destroying, they identify with it. If it's something about white folks doing something wrong, they identify with it. If it's something about slavery, Jim Crow, this Tulsa Massacre stuff, George Floyd and Trayvon Martin, they all identify with that. But if it's something righteous, like Booker T. Washington, Thomas Sowell, Larry Elder, Jesse Lee Peterson, even somebody like Candace Owens or something like that, they don't identify with those people. When it's time to stand up for abortion, between 1,200 and 1,500 black babies are aborted every single day. They don't identify with that. They don't stand up for that. When it's about out of wedlock birth, 77% of black babies are born out of wedlock. They don't identify with that. Black on black crime. Blacks are killing each other like 90 going north. Black people they kill each other. They kill people. I don't think people understand it. And it's crazy because most black people have not had any family member who has been killed by a police officer or even a white person. I don't know anybody in my family. I know one person that happened actually last year due to drugs. Had nothing to do with racism, but due to drugs, there was a interracial killing. But most of us, most black people, they've never experienced somebody getting killed by the police. They don't know anybody like that. But I guarantee you for a fact they know somebody, one of their family members or one of their close friends who have been killed or abused or, assaulted by other black folks. They don't identify with that. They don't identify with black on black crime. They don't identify with that because it's something righteous. You know what I mean? It's something righteous. It's something for you to look into the mirror and repent and be of good. That's what it requires. And most black people, they can't do that. They can't be of good because they've been brainwashed, because they have hatred, because they have anger. And that's not right, because South Africa is coming to America. South Africa is coming to America. And the proof is in the pudding. White folks founded and built the greatest country that has ever existed. America is the greatest country that has ever existed. Founded, created, built, legislated by white folks. But just like South Africa, South Africa was founded and built by white folks. It was recreated by white folks. There's some messed up things that happened. Don't get me wrong, that was messed up. Just like in America, in most countries, there's a crazy history to it. Just like South Africa. But now we see in South Africa that the blacks discriminate against the whites. That the blacks hate the whites. That the blacks are taking land. They're taking their rights from the white folks. And that's not good, folks. That's not good. And they wonder why South Africa is a hot mess. Just like in Zimbabwe. You know, we got in Zimbabwe, the black folks was complaining about whites. Oh, the whites, they pillaged our ancestors. They did this, they did that. And then the whites was like, okay, we leaving. And the whites left Zimbabwe. The blacks kicked Zimbabwe. I mean, the blacks kicked the white folks. The blacks kicked the white folks, my bad. They kicked the white folks out of Zimbabwe. And Zimbabwe is a hot mess. They can't even grow their plants, and it's not due to a lack of rain, because it rains in Zimbabwe, but even their crops won't even grow. But when the white folks was there, the crops was flourishing, the land was flourishing. But they kicked the white folks out, and now a lot of people in Zimbabwe, because communism and stuff has came in into Zimbabwe. Now they want the white folks back, and that's the same thing that was going to happen to America if white people do not stand up and take back their country, because they're scared. Like I said, you got to overcome words. They're scared of being called racism. No such thing as racism. They're scared of being called white supremacy. No such thing. No such thing, because black people think that white people are superior to them. White people don't think that, but blacks do think that. They the ones who think that. I know for a fact ain't nobody superior to me. I don't care how much money, how much fake power you got. There's there's two superiors to me. And that's Jesus Christ, and that is his Father, which is my Father. That's the only person that's superior to me. It don't even make sense. But South Africa is coming. So just be aware, folks. Be ready for it. White folks, y'all better speak up and take back your country. Overcome anger first, so you don't go about it in the wrong way, because we don't want another war. But we want you guys to speak up with truth. We want you guys to return to God. Start loving God more than you love your stuff, white folks. Stop putting your materialistic, your job, your career, your children. You cannot put those things in front of what is right. And it's not right for you people to stand back and lie to the blacks and tell them that it's racism and all this stuff, and just let black people go out of control because you're scared of being called racist. That's not right. That's evil. That's evil to do that. So y'all better start speaking up, because I'm telling you, one thing about black people, not all, but they don't know how to run. They don't know how to build. They don't know how to do it, because it's not about character. You know, things have to be built on character. It has to be built on a solid foundation, and blacks don't have that. They don't have that, folks. And y'all got to tell them the truth so they can have that. Because before the civil rights movement, they had it. My grandfather and my grandmother, they have character. You know, they know how to earn a way. They know how to work and build and provide. You know, my grandfather knows how to be a man, and my grandmother, you know, she knows her role as a woman. That's how it used to be before the civil rights movement for black people. Black people were more moral than the whites. I mean, you can go and look at the statistics. Black people had better and more put together families before the civil rights movement than anybody in America. Black people were not going to jail. And they always talking about police was the reason we had police in America was because of slavery. Something dumb like that. Can you get any? You see, that's a woman's mentality. That's dumb. That's a dumb thing to say. Not because people are out of control and the lack of character, but we have police in America because of slavery. Can you get any dumber than that? No, it's for lawlessness. We gotta contain the lawlessness. Ain't that common sense? That's common sense, folks. You break the law, you going to jail. Period. I've been to jail before. I broke the law. Had nothing to do with color or nothing dumb like that. But blacks, they crazy. I'm telling you, they funny. They be cracking me up when they be coming up with this dumb stuff. But South Africa is coming. They're gonna take your land. They're trying to get reparations. They don't care about discriminating against you white people. You know, we see everything is about affirmative action. They put black people into. I've never seen that many black people in commercials nowadays. I've never seen it. I never see anything like that. So many blacks are in commercials. It's not because they're earning it. You know, they're being put in positions of power. They're running. They're in mayor position. They're running cities and states. It's not gonna end up well for you. And what I'm saying is about black people and white folks. It's not about color. It's not about the physical, because we are a spirit. But I have to talk about the evil spirit that's working through majority of black people. You know, because it seems like people are afraid to tell blacks the truth, and that's not right. But it's crazy that when South Africa comes here, I mean, it is here already. And when communism and socialism comes here, they know for a fact that they have to use blacks, because they know that they can use blacks people to destroy, because they know that blacks are angry, and they've what was I about to say? What's that word I'm looking for? But they know that they have been using black people so long, you know, to be brainwashed and to be demoralized and to take the men out of the households. They've been doing this for so long. It's easy for them to use black people. I'm telling you, you cannot use most white people for this. Not for the destruction. I mean, when you talk about police killing people, when we talk about more white people in numbers, not percentages, not per capita, but in numbers, in the entire country, more white people are killed by police than blacks. But you can't use white folks for that. Why you think they don't go at white people like that? You can't use white people for that, to go out and riot, loot, and destroy. You cannot use whites for that. You can use blacks to go out and destroy, but you can't use white folks. When we talk about listen, like, think about it, folks. Think about it. And black people, I want you to hear this, because I want you to get better and start thinking for yourself. Stop thinking that as a dumb group. Think for yourself. First of all, go and forgive, overcome anger, and then but get to know yourself. Just think about this stuff. How is it that you can't use white folks for this? You talk about police brutality and all this stuff, and to defund the cops. And then they put little things that it sound good. We're gonna take money away from the cops and put it in the education system. That sounds good, but look at crime. They can't even contain Chicago, St. Louis, Baltimore, Philadelphia, New York. New York used to be. New York has gotten way better and Los Angeles over the last 20 years. Now their crime has spiked. In all of these cities, crime is going out of control. Think about in Miami. They had all these black people going down to Miami for vacation. They had to put a curfew because blacks were out there destroying. This is not normal. But you can't. But like I said about defunding the police, you can only use black people for that. You can't use Mexicans. Even though Mexicans, they always call them Mexicans illegal. You're illegal aliens. White people have done. I mean, not white people, but you know, back in when America was being built, you know, there were Aztecs and, you know, Mexicans or whatever they were called that were pillaged and all this crap. Still to this day, they call these illegals illegal aliens. You know, Mexicans have family members being called illegal aliens, but you can't emotionalize most Mexicans like that to go out and riot and loot and destroy. White folk, you can't do it to whites. You can't do it to the Asians. You can't do it to the Jews. You can't do it to nobody but blacks. And evil knows that. And this communism thing that's trying to be brought into America, they knows that all of this has to start with blacks. They have to get black people emotional and out of control. Black people, you have to overcome these words, these fake words. I'm telling you, because you're only destroying yourself. You think you're getting away with something. You think you're getting reparations. You think you're getting land. You think you're getting businesses and all this materialistic things. You're only destroying yourself. So, I mean, y'all can do what y'all want. Do what you want, But for the people who want to be right, I'm telling you, stop identifying with the world. I'm telling you, because lawlessness is coming to America and is being brought in by the blacks. And one thing about them is they raise their hand for it. I've never seen anything like this in my entire life, y'all. I'm telling you, and I used to be that same way, so I understand it, right? I used to be into my blackness. I used to, I used to commit crimes and all that. So I used to be that. So I understand the mindset and the mentality of these people. And most of my friends still do that. And I love my friends, but at the end of the day, if you want to, we got to start being right, because blacks, they are happy to do this stuff. They're happy to destroy it. It's not like me, for an example, when I walk outside every day, I hope other people, and I don't care, but I just hope that people are not looking at me like, oh, here come one of them dumb Negroes, because that's how I think about these people, like these crazy Negroes. What in the world is wrong with these people? And I just hope that I'm not being looked at as a crazy Negro, because blacks, they are happy to destroy. They're happy to do this stuff. They're happy to do it, folks. We have to change this. We got to start speaking up and telling people the truth, in your job, and, in your everyday life at church. We got to start taking people one-on-one and try to I don't know, man. We got to start speaking up, though, because it's not good. Lawlessness will come to America. I mean, they are happy to destroy the greatest country. And like I said, it has nothing to do with color, but that's the way it is. And for you people who think that conservatives and Republicans are going to help you, they're not. So y'all can go sit y'all butt down too. And for you people, you Bible thumpers, they're not going to help you either. They're not going to help you either. We have a one-party system in America, and it's the Democratic Party, because most Republicans, not all, but most of them, they support the same thing that the Democrats support. And the Republicans, they'll go on TV, they'll go on Fox News, and they'll sound nice. They'll say things that sound, let's cater to the Republican Party, like Bruce Jenner. Can you get any dumber than that? He said he is saying things that Bruce Jenner is saying things that sound good to Republicans and to conservatives. It sounds good to them just to get their vote. And people will vote for a transgender, will vote for a man dressing up as a woman. They'll vote for him. They'll vote for him because they're so into a political party and not into what is right. When I became a conservative, because I'm like, this is what is right. This is what the Bible says. This is what my God says, what my father said. He said we need to be like this. And the conservatives are supposed to stand on those values. And then the Republicans, when you look at their platform, it's supposed to be on God, country, First Amendment, and Second Amendment. But now they put these amendments and these policies above God, and I can't rock with that. So we have a one-party system in America. So these Republicans, they're not going to save you. You got to be right and do right. You got to go and forgive. You got to overcome the anger, folks. You got to overcome the anger so you can overcome these words, because those are words as well. These Republicans saying these things, controlling you with words because they sound nice. That's the same thing. You got to overcome them so you can see who is the right person that we can put in, because I'm all for politics, right? I'm all for voting in and voting out people. But it has to be the right people. But most, I can't name you one. I mean, maybe DeSantis in Florida, I respect him. I could give him some respect. He be standing up. But everybody else, even like Donald Trump. I love Donald Trump. The greatest president we've ever had, in my opinion. He's the greatest president that we've ever had. But Donald Trump, he support same-sex marriage and stuff like that. I don't even think he's all for I don't think he's all pro-life, if I'm not mistaken. So he has some things that he got to get together. And people so worried about 2024, I'm voting for Donald Trump. You better make sure that man being right, because only somebody being righteous is going to help America. Not this fake Republican money, power, and these words and these fake policies just to please the people. No, it's about the heart. Hearts have to be changed. They have to really be about what they're saying. So folks, go and forgive your mothers for turning you away from your fathers, and go forgive your fathers for not protecting you from the world and from your mothers. Men, this is a wake-up call. What we are seeing in America and around the world, but let's just talk about my country. In America, this is a wake-up call for men. You got to wake up. You got to be right. You got to do right. I'm so tired of seeing men giving these women sex. That's all y'all can give a woman is sex. All y'all can give a woman is sex. It's crazy. That's what I see. I could be wrong. But all men can give a woman is sex and something materialistic. But women are still out of control. They still don't have most women that I know, they don't have a logical mind. And they're looking. That's the thing about it. They're looking for the right way, and they have to go through the man. We have to go through God, and the woman have to go through us. But man, this on y'all. I know people, I be talking about women, and some people don't like how I talk about women, but it all goes back to the man, because the man don't want to be right. And so, men, I put the blame on you. I put the blame on y'all. So go and forgive, overcome the anger, and we can win this war. It is a spiritual battle. Thank you, folks.